Hi, my name is Andrea, and I'm a caregiver for both my mom and my aunt. My mother is currently suffering from dementia, otherwise known as memory loss, along with other illnesses, and my aunt is suffering from several other comorbidities. I use my channel to share tips, share strategies, information, share my experiences with you as I go through and learn about caregiving. No 2 days are the same. Hence, I find it very important that we have a community around caregiving. My channel is geared towards persons taking care of their loved ones and also persons who are caring for others professionally as a job. And I invite other persons who wish to come on and share with me their experiences with caregiving. Thanks again for watching, for subscribing, for liking, and for leaving your comments. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Hello everyone, thanks again for coming on this journey with me in another of my series on caregiving while I take care of my mom and my aunt. Today I have the pleasure of having a little chat with my brother Sheldon O'Connor, and today we would like to talk about dignity when it comes to taking care of the person that we are giving care to. Before I begin, I'd love to share a verse with you that is very appropriate about when it regards dignity. And this is Genesis 1 verse 26 to 27, which says, "Then God said, let us make man in our image according to our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the sky, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him, male and female, he created them." So Sheldon, this is a topic that you're very passionate about over the, even dealing with mommy over the time. And I have my own 2 cents about it. And I'd love for you to share yours.
Yes, I've often struggled with dignity. How do you give dignity and reserve and respect the dignity of someone who is experiencing challenges, especially as they age? A challenge for me has been, how do I provide dignity as the roles are switched? The parent has become the child has become the parent, and there's diminished capacities, and you want to correct, you want to speak in love. They were created in God's image, and they are still in God's image. And even though they have age, and even though there are some restrictions and challenges, they are still in God's image. They're a reflection of God's image. And so you can't speak to them in a particular way, you can't handle them a particular way. I was sharing Andrea recently as we were going through the airport and just traveling. You have the wheelchair assistance, you have all the sensory distractions, all the questions, and you as the person doing the business, you just want to get it done. But she's there, she's asking questions, and you have to respond in dignity.
And be respectful.
Mm-hmm. And we were early for the flight. Well, we were on time for the flight, but the flight was delayed. So we were at the head of the line, and she was expecting something to happen shortly. And nothing was happening, and she kept asking the same questions over and over. And each time I had to answer the same question, and I had to pause and stop and compose myself and, remember that she still has her dignity. She's still someone created in the image of God, and she deserves that respect. And so many times I had to try to find creative ways to, provide her information. One time I even shared with her the boarding pass, showed her, even though 5 minutes later she forgot everything that she saw and she asked the question again, but still gave her dignity, maintain her dignity. And I think that is a struggle, because caregivers sometimes are the ones that, are fighting the fight. You're the ones who become tired, become burnt out, become impatient, and so you will respond in your humanness to what is happening. But you have to remember that they didn't choose this, they and many times they are even not even aware of what's happening. And so in responding to them, you still give them their dignity. Their identity is not their illness. Their identity is who they are in God, and that's something that, I think I have struggled with, still haven't gotten it right, but it's a constant reminder to try to remember that she is worth her dignity.
Yeah, and I could even take things a bit further, because like having to care for her, and she wants to do things for herself, she wants to be independent, and how to strike that balance between giving her independence and allowing her to do the things, even although you're gonna still have to monitor. It is like striking a certain balance. Now let me give you an example, like showering and changing of clothes. So I usually have to help her to put away her clothes, or if I don't do that, those same clothes will end up back in the drawer and be recycled. I'll take it a notch further. When I look at my aunt, she's living with more illnesses than mom, and she's not able to help herself, so she has to rely on the care of others, like her sons and aides. And just how you strike a balance in helping her to care for herself. I mean, in bathing, showering, and dressing herself, taking medication, taking care of herself, is for us as caregivers to be very sensitive about, and to consider, the whole dignity, their dignity, because as we say, they are created in the image of God. And we have to respect their views and respect them, and just show them all the love and respect, let them know that this is not their doing, that's the reason why they're in this position.
So while mom was in Jamaica, one of the things I thought of was, how would I want to be treated if I were in that situation? I'd want to see my friends, I'd want to do the things I enjoy doing. And so we tried our best to give her those things. And that's a way of, dignifying her worth, her value. She's created an image of God. She loves her church. She loves her church people. She loves her grandchildren. She has specific things that she liked. And we tried to ensure that she still was able to celebrate those things. Nobody wants to be cooped up in a room. That's not dignified. You are still a person of worth. You are still created in the image of God. You still even have the desire to worship. And so you give them those things. Of course, you have to take steps to ensure their security, their safety, and stuff like that. But you still try to give them that leverage, that space, that gives them that dignity. And I think we're trying our best to do that.
Yeah, that's our 2 cents for this week. Let me trust that you'll have a beautiful day and a beautiful weekend. Bye bye. Love you.